Alrighty guys, what's up? Rascal here. So I started playing Genshin Impact probably like 1 or 2 weeks ago, somewhere in that time range. And there are a lot of things in this game that can make it a lot better and more enjoyable that I didn't know at the start, and I have some friends who kind of told me some of these tips, and I learned some of them myself. So yeah, this video is just going to be 6 tips on things I wish I knew when I started playing Genshin Impact, and that every beginner player should know just to make the whole game a much more enjoyable experience. Just so you guys know, I'm not like extremely far in the game. I think I'm adventure rank 22 right now, so I'm not like really high up there. I'm probably about halfway through the current story as of the 1.1 update. So I'm not saying I'm like a pro at this game or anything. I don't think this game really has professional players, but these are just some tips that should help beginner players. Alright, so tip number 1. I think this is probably the most obvious one if you've watched any other guide videos on things that beginners should know. Get animoculuses and geoculuses. Reason being, they give you stamina, which makes exploring a lot easier. But yeah, just literally go into your browser, type in Genshin Impact Interactive Map right here, and then just tap one of these, and it'll bring you to a fully interactive map. There's a ton of different ones out there. This is the one I like to use, and then go ahead, just click on all of these except for oculi right here. And then it'll actually show you the location of every single Animoculus and Geoculus, and you can like move around. So you spawn up around in this area, so I would suggest trying to get most of these. Obviously, you cannot get this one until you get a cryo character to get out there, so you don't have to worry about getting all of them right at the start unless if you want to, but just try and get as many as you can so that you can have more stamina and you're able to explore a lot easier. And then once you get over into this area, do the same with the Geoculuses. I recently just got to Liyue, so I've been working on getting the Geoculuses. They don't take too long to get. Just look at the map, figure out where you are. Maybe you're in this area over here, you can see. Zoom in exactly where they are, and then just look around. Now, just for the purpose of not really like ruining the game in the adventure aspect, I would suggest just going to the areas and then try and find them yourself rather than watching a full guide on the exact locations, because that just makes the game a little more fun, because this is an exploring type game. And if you come from games that are like a lot more competitive, you might just be like, oh, I want to get them right now, and that's fine, but it'll be a lot more enjoyable trying to find them yourself. So go to those areas, search high and low, and then you should be able to find them pretty quick. Alright, so the next tip, this one actually kind of goes with endurance, as oculi give you endurance. This is how to run properly. So a lot of people I see just kind of, tap the run button and run. For that, it's right bumper on a controller, and I believe shift on PC. But there's actually a little bit of a better way to run, just for a better traveling experience. So what you can do is you can actually kind of press the run button multiple times, and it gives you that dash. You can do it right at the start twice, but then you're on a cooldown, and you can run like this. Or what I usually do is I just kind of time it to where it gives me that cooldown perfectly, so I never have to wait on another dash. And it works pretty well. This is just a pretty simple tip to help you explore the map faster and get to locations faster. So yeah, I would definitely do that. Alright, so back on to the actual sprint mechanic in the game. A great way to use it is if you're fighting enemies, you can actually use it to dodge their attacks. So you can see this guy's gonna try and hit me, and I can dodge away like that, and it works for pretty much every attack. I'll kind of show I was fighting a mini boss in this clip right here, and I was using that to dodge some attacks, just so I take less damage, because most attacks are really easily dodgeable if you know that they're coming. So go ahead, try and dodge your attack, and you'll find your winning fights against bosses much easier, and you're not having to heal as much. This is really important earlier in the game when you don't really have a good healer like Barbara or someone, and you're only relying on food. And I remember when I was first starting out, I did not have enough food, so food you can run out of really fast. Alright, so my next tip for an easier exploring experience is, you see all these little gray waypoints on your map? Go ahead and go to those and activate them, because it's going to make your life so much easier when you have a quest around here. I've done my best to get most of them. I have missed some myself, but up here in this area, over in the Mondstadt area, I've collected all of them, so I can pretty much go anywhere I want. I have not unlocked all the domains, but I have unlocked all the general teleport waypoints, so traveling has been a lot easier because of that. Alright, this is the last tip I have in regards to actual traveling and such. So when you're gliding, sometimes you're pretty high up, and you don't actually have enough stamina to make it all the way down without taking fall damage and potentially dying. What I would suggest doing, there's many ways to gravity cancel in this game. Some people, they actually just teleport, like this. They just open the pause menu, and teleport, and you can actually do that while you're falling if you have enough room before the ground. But what I would suggest doing is just canceling your glide and then pressing your main attack button, and then you take no fall damage from any height. So learning gravity cancels are really important, and they also work if you're trying to climb a mountain or something. One thing I do have to note, you do have to have an amount of stamina to do that gravity cancel. So let's say you're climbing a mountain like this and you don't quite have enough stamina to make it to the top. Let's say you're right here, you're almost out, just go ahead, drop and attack, and then you should be fine. Or another thing you can do is drop and then pull out your glider right before you hit the ground, but I personally like the attack method better. All right, next up, let's get into actual things to help you do more damage and do better in combat. You see this little head icon here? Go ahead, click that, and then you can go ahead and upgrade the weapons and artifacts. This is something that I'm sure you guys know about. You can also upgrade your characters as well. This is something I'm sure you guys know about, but it's something I always forget to do. I'll just like equip an artifact real fast for a new character I get and then completely forget to upgrade it. Especially at the start, I didn't really think it was all that important. But then I learned, yes, this is very important if I'm wanting to fight these bosses. So, just be sure you're upgrading your artifacts. Be sure you also pay attention. For some artifacts, there are set bonuses. So as you can see, on Fischl, I have the Berserker set on. I was just using this as an example for the video, but as you can see, since I have 4 different Berserker artifacts on Fischl, I get the 4-piece bonus set, which means when HP is below 70%, my crit rate increases by an additional 24%, which means I'm 24% more likely to do a critical hit, meaning I do more damage, essentially. And so pay attention to that stuff as well. And then another thing is, this is for weapons specifically. If you go to the enhanced page on a weapon, you can actually refine down here. So I'll use an example of one I have multiples of. To refine any weapon, you have to have that same weapon as a duplicate. So go down here to refine, select material, and then you can select that exact same weapon and then click the refine button. And then it's refined, and it costs like a little bit of gold, but that's okay. It's not too much. And then your weapon is just a little bit better. So yeah, be sure to just pay attention to upgrading all of your things. Hopefully that wasn't too complicated there for you new players, but just remember to do that, and it will help you a lot, especially once you start getting to mid to late game, when the bosses and just overall enemies are going to have more health and you need to do more damage. You can also upgrade your characters so that their base stats are just better. And now my last tip is commissions. Commissions are amazing because they give you Primo Gems and a few other rewards, but the main one is Primo Gems. So you can actually get 60 Primo Gems a day just from doing commissions that take less than 10 minutes to do all 4 of. So as you can see, whenever you have this purple exclamation point on your map, you can just go over to it. Here we go. Talk to the person. So for this commission, all I have to do is break these training dummies, and that should not take any time at all. And right there. And look at that, I just completed a commission and got 10 Primo Gems, and then once you complete all 4 of your daily commissions, you can go to the Adventurers Guild place and collect 20 extra. So that'll total up to 60 a day, meaning you can get 1,800 on average per month. So yeah, a quick recap for all those tips I just gave. Get Animoculuses and Geoculuses as they give you more stamina. Learn to run properly, learn to dodge when you're fighting, learn fall damage cancels, upgrade your artifacts, get teleport waypoints, and every day do commissions. Commissions are something that are so important in this game because, well, when you're trying to get better characters, you need Primo Gems. And commissions are probably one of the easiest ways to get those. That is besides events, of course. Currently, there's an official event going on that gives a ton of Primo Gems. But whenever there's no events around, then just be sure you're doing those daily commissions. And remember, this game is also on mobile. So even if you're out of town or something, or maybe you have like a break at school or something, you can go ahead and do your commissions on mobile because none of them are that hard. You're not having to fight any bosses or anything, so it shouldn't be any trouble at all to play on mobile. So yeah, that's all for this video. I just figured, you know, might as well make a Genshin Impact video since I've been playing it so much lately. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys next time.